3 months ago, I opened my power bill, and it said $0, 0 cents paid. Thank you. I thought it was a glitch, but the same thing happened the next month and the month after that. I called the utility company. They said a payment had posted from a different account every time. Weird. I checked the payment history online and saw the payer name was L. Grant, which matched the mailbox label on the house 2 doors down. So I knocked, thanked them for covering me, and they looked confused. They thought I was stealing their electricity because their own bills were double normal. We called the utility together, and a tech came out with handheld scanners. Turns out the meters for our 2 houses were switched back when they were installed 10 years ago. I had been paying her usage for years, and now she was paying mine. The company fixed the swap, refunded me almost $2,000 for past overpayments, and back-billed her. But I split half my refund with her to soften the hit. We're now friends, and the utility gave both of us a 1-year customer appreciation credit for spotting their mistake. I use an app that lets you rent out your driveway like Airbnb for cars. Easy money. Most renters just park during work hours. One Friday, a nice black SUV books my spot for an entire month and pays up front. First night, I take trash outside and see a faint light inside the SUV. A guy is in the driver's seat eating noodles and watching Netflix on a tablet. Next morning, he's still there, window cracked, clothes piled in the back. I message the renter through the app. No reply. On day 3, the car hasn't moved, and packages of Amazon Basics pillows show up on my porch with his name, using my address. I get nervous and type the plate number into a public stolen vehicle checker. It pings red. Reported stolen 2 weeks ago in a town 40 miles away. I call non-emergency police. 2 officers arrive, knock on the window, and the man steps out calmly, saying the car belongs to his boss. Inside, they find a fake rental contract, stacks of mail addressed to random houses, and 3 license plates. Turns out he's running a mail theft scam and using long-term driveway rentals as free hiding spots. Because I flagged it, the original owner gets the SUV back, the police recover a lot of stolen mail, and the app gives me lifetime premium status plus a $500 safety reward. Local news calls me the driveway detective. I still rent my spot out, but now I snap a quick photo of every plate, just in case. When I was 16, I hated washing dinner dishes, so I came up with a dumb plan. Pretend to sleepwalk. Every night after my parents said goodnight, I'd wait 10 minutes, open my bedroom door with blank eyes, shuffle to the backyard, mumble nonsense, then wake up and act confused. It worked. Mom felt bad and told me to rest while my little brother took over dish duty. 2 weeks in, new neighbors moved next door and set up a fancy motion detect camera pointed at their driveway. The camera caught me wandering outside at 1 a.m. in pajama pants, arms straight out like a cheap zombie. They uploaded the clip to a local ghost sightings subreddit with the title, "Possessed Kid Roams Suburb." The video blew up overnight. 500,000 views. People drawing circles and arrows like it was paranormal proof. My parents saw the viral post at breakfast and recognized the yard furniture. They asked me straight up, and I confessed the whole lazy scheme. Punishment was simple and brutal. For the next month, I had to wash dishes for every house on our street, about 12 kitchens, while the local news filmed a ghost hoax follow-up. The anchor signed off with, "He's not possessed, just grounded." I've hated dish soap bubbles ever since. Last Halloween, I saw a Craigslist ad that said, "Midnight Masquerade. Free drinks, live DJ, costumes required." Sounded fun and cheap, so I grabbed my pirate outfit, complete with plastic sword, and took the bus to the listed warehouse address. Inside, the place was lit only by candles. I was the only one in bright colors. Every other guest wore the same plain white robe and a blank porcelain mask. No music, no bar, just a tall guy on a small stage who rang a bell and asked everyone to form the circle. I whispered to a robed person, "When do we start dancing?" They answered, "After the pledge of binding." Red flag. The leader gave each person a candle and told us to repeat a vow about surrendering the self to the one flame. I pretended my plastic sword was stuck in my belt so I couldn't hold the candle. Someone behind me muttered, "First-timer confusion," and tried to hand me a robe. That's when I spotted the nearest exit sign behind a curtain. I said, "Bathroom," slipped out, and found a back office with stacks of donation envelopes, all cash. I snapped a photo of the group's name on the envelopes, Celestial Family, and texted a friend to look them up. In 2 minutes, she replied, "Long list of complaints, rumored cult, unlicensed gatherings." I called the city's non-emergency line and reported a code violation. Overcapacity, locked exits, no liquor permit. 15 minutes later, fire inspectors and police rolled up. I watched from the sidewalk as the robed crowd filed out, leader in handcuffs. A cop asked why I was dressed like Jack Sparrow. I said, "I thought this was a party. Turned out to be a cult." He laughed and let me leave with their untouched snack table cheese platter. Best escape dinner ever.
So this happened a year ago, and honestly, I'm still not over it. I, 25F, was dating this guy. Let's call him Jake, 27M. We were together for almost 2 years, and everything seemed perfect, sweet, romantic. Took me to meet his family, the works. Then, one night, Jake says he's working late. No big deal, right? Except, I decide to surprise him at his office with his favorite coffee. Big mistake. I get there, and the receptionist looks super awkward. She's like, Jake's not here. He left hours ago. Interesting. So I text him. He says he's swamped with meetings. I ask him to FaceTime. He says his battery's low. Classic. At this point, my gut is screaming, so I go full FBI mode. I call his best friend, who panics and immediately hangs up. I call his sister, who blurts out, "Oh my God, you don't know?" Excuse me? Turns out Jake had been lying about working late because he was secretly planning a surprise wedding, not proposing. Wedding, as in venue booked, flowers ordered, guests invited. Only problem? I wasn't the bride. Yeah. Jake had been dating me and his ex-fiancée at the same time. They never actually broke up. They just took a break, and he used that time to test the waters with me. The wedding he was working so hard on was happening that weekend with her, plot twist. She found out about me the night before the wedding and left him at the altar. Together, she and I spent his entire non-refundable honeymoon drinking cocktails in the Bahamas. 0 regrets, 0 sympathy, 100% petty.
This happened a few months ago, and it still doesn't feel real. So it's a regular Tuesday. I get off work and I stop at a gas station to grab a Red Bull and some chips. I'm standing in line minding my business when suddenly 2 cop cars come flying into the parking lot. I'm talking sirens blaring, tires screeching, full Fast and Furious energy. 2 officers sprint inside, point right at me, and start yelling, "On the ground! Now!" I'm so confused I literally look behind me like, "Me?" Next thing I know, I'm face down on the nasty gas station floor getting cuffed in front of the Doritos display. Turns out 2 blocks away, someone had just robbed a liquor store. The kicker? The dude was wearing the exact same outfit I had on. Black hoodie, jeans, backwards cap. I get shoved into the back of a cop car and they start asking me all these questions. Meanwhile, I'm trying to explain that I was literally just trying to buy snacks. About 15 minutes later, they get a call over the radio that they caught the real guy, 2 blocks down, still carrying the stolen bottles. They let me go, apologize a bunch, and the gas station manager feels so bad, he gives me a free bag of chips and says I can have snacks on the house anytime. So now every time my friends see me wearing a black hoodie, they're like, "Bro, you robbing a store or just getting Doritos?" Never living that one down.
So I, 26F, was engaged to this dude, 27M. We'll call him Chad because, of course, his name would be Chad. Everything's going great. Until 2 weeks before our engagement party, when I get a DM from a random girl like, "Hey girl, I think you need to see this." Spoiler alert, it was screenshots of my man cheating. With her and someone else. At the same time. So now I have a choice. Option A, cancel the party, cry into a pint of Ben & Jerry's, and listen to sad Taylor Swift. Option B, ruin his entire existence. Guess which one I picked? I spent the next 48 hours making a full-blown PowerPoint presentation. Title, Reasons Why Chad Belongs in the Trash. Graphic design is my passion, BTW. Slide 1, screenshots of his texts to both girls. Side by side, color-coded, annotated. Honestly, it was giving TED Talk. Slide 2, A full timeline of his cheating adventures, like Mans was out here scheduling girls, like he was running a DoorDash route. Slide 3, DMs from both girls apologizing to me. Turns out, they didn't even know about each other either. Ladies supporting ladies? Let's go. Anyway, fast forward to the party. Everyone's dressed up, sipping champagne, thinking they're about to see a cute slideshow of our relationship. Surprise, mother fours. I hit play on the PowerPoint. Dead silence. Except for my mom laughing in the back like a damn hyena. And the final slide. Big, bold letters. This engagement is canceled. Drinks are free. Chad is not. The DJ started playing Single Ladies. People started ordering doubles at the bar. Chad turned the exact shade of a tomato and ran out the front door like he was being chased by the IRS. Best day ever. Highly recommend. Would expose again.
It's just past 1 a.m., a muggy Saturday in July, and all I want is a carne asada quesadilla from El Gallo Loco, this neon-lit taco stand on 8th Street that smells like sizzling onions and cilantro even from half a block away. I'm half asleep, wearing gym shorts, flip-flops, and an old Padres hoodie, already tasting the green salsa, when I hear rapid footsteps echo off the closed shop fronts behind me. I glance back and see a guy sprinting full tilt, black hoodie, gray sweatpants, heavy breath visible in the street lamp haze, clutching something that clinks like glass bottles. My brain's running on fumes, so my instinct is simply to yank open El Gallo's metal door as wide as it goes so I can dive into the AC and the smell of al pastor. The runner thinks I'm blocking him, tries to sidestep, slips on a puddle of spilled horchata, and face plants into one of those big plastic trash barrels plastered with Doritos stickers. The crash sounds like a drumline. Before I can process anything, 3 cops in high-vis vests and bike helmets explode around the corner, tasers out, and pile on top of him right at my feet. While they cuff him, a bottle of cheap whiskey rolls out of his hoodie pocket and cracks. The air suddenly reeks of cinnamon schnapps. A cop pats me on the shoulder, sticky with taco stand steam, and says, "Smooth move, hero." I'm still standing there barefoot in flip-flops, holding the door open like a doorman who just watched a live episode of Cops. Turns out the guy had robbed the 24-hour liquor store 2 blocks up and bolted when the silent alarm tripped. The owner of El Gallo Loco is leaning over the counter, eyes wide, and once the cruiser pulls away, he hands me a giant brown paper bag and goes, "On the house, amigo, quesadilla, 2 tacos, and extra salsa." So yeah, I guess I accidentally helped catch a criminal, but honestly, I was just trying to get my late-night tacos, and now my friends call me Quesadilla Batman every time we pass that corner. I drive DoorDash late nights for extra cash. Around 3 a.m., I start getting orders from the same address 3 nights in a row. Big bags of fast food, big cash tips, and the bills feel off, like printer paper. I hold one up to the street lamp, and the strip is missing. Fake money. Support tells me I have to eat the loss. 4th night, I decide to see who answers the door. I knock, no answer, so I text the number on the order app. The reply says, "Leave it by the mat." I place the food, then hide behind a parked car. A minute later, the door opens, and my own roommate Tyler walks out in his pajamas, grabs the bag, and goes right back inside. I march upstairs, bust into his room, and see a stack of the same fake 20s by his keyboard and my missing printer ink. He's been pranking drivers for reaction videos. I show him the fines DoorDash charged me, about $400. Tyler feels bad and offers to cover it, but I hit record on my phone and say, "You're paying every driver you scammed, or this goes to the cops." Next day, we drive around handing real money to 4 different night drivers. One guy posts our apology video and it blows up on TikTok. People call me DoorDash Batman. Tyler stopped pranking and now buys his own late-night snacks with a debit card like a normal person. I got an email that said, "Congrats, you won a free 7-day Caribbean cruise." I never win anything. So I clicked the link, filled a form, and 3 weeks later, I'm at the pier with a shiny ticket that cost me $0. The ship is nice, but kind of weird. Every passenger I talked to also won a free trip. First night, instead of a welcome party, we all get herded into the theater where a smiling host says we must attend a short orientation. The short talk turns into a 3-hour sales pitch for luxury vacation clubs, also known as timeshares. They lock the exit doors, dim the lights, and promise we can leave only after we meet with a personal advisor. The next morning, the same thing happens, but this time in smaller rooms with high-pressure salespeople who won't let you say no. The pool, the buffet, even the casino stay closed until you finish your meeting. By day, 3 people are angry. I find the safety manual in my cabin and read that a ship must allow passengers free access to certain decks under maritime law. I record video of blocked doors and tweet it with the ship's name and the words, "Maritime Violation." My tweet blows up. By day 4, a Coast Guard cutter meets the ship at our first port. Officers board, interview passengers, and slap the company with a huge fine. The staff suddenly open every amenity and give us real drinks instead of lukewarm coffee. We spend the last 3 days actually cruising, and no one buys a timeshare. When we dock, news crews wait. My tweet hits 1 million views, and the cruise line emails me a customer satisfaction voucher. I thanked them and deleted it. Free trip, lesson learned. If it sounds too good to be free, pack a backup plan and a charged phone. 2 summers ago, my college buddy group hit Vegas for a no responsible choices weekend, and by 2 a.m. Saturday, I'd achieved exactly that. 4 tequila slammers, a lost debit card, and a karaoke rendition of Livin' on a Prayer with Emily, who, plot twist, dated my best friend Matt for 3 messy years before they mutually combusted. Matt couldn't make the trip, so Emily tagged along as a free agent, and after our duet, we kept the party rolling with those novelty frozen margaritas the size of a toddler. Somewhere around 4 a.m., we stumble past a neon wedding chapel offering half-off walk-ins before dawn. A bored Elvis impersonator leans out and shouts, "First ceremony gets a free bottle of champagne." Drunk logic engages. Free booze. Good. Fake ceremony funny. Let's go. We sign some pink paperwork the officiant swears is just for show, exchange ring pop bands, say I do through hiccups, kiss for the crowd of tourists, and wobble back to the hotel victorious. Fast forward to Sunday checkout when hotel security hands me an envelope. Inside is an official Clark County marriage certificate with my signature, her signature, Elvis's very legal minister number, and a stamped seal that screams, "Surprise! You're actually married!" Emily and I lock eyes over our hangover coffees like, do we tell Matt or a lawyer first? Spoiler, Nevada requires an annulment by actual judge. So we spent 6 sober hours Monday filing paperwork in the same clothes we'd partied in. Matt's reaction later? Bro, only you could make my ex and ex-wife too. The framed annulment now hangs over my desk as a reminder that tequila and neon chapels are a dangerous combo. Last winter, I kept getting noise violation warnings taped to my apartment door, all filed by the guy in 3B, let's call him DJ Karen, claiming my TV was shaking the walls. The joke? I live alone, wear headphones, and my idea of a wild night is microwaving popcorn at 10 p.m. After the 3rd warning, I bought a cheap decibel meter, logged a week of readings, and discovered that every spike happened between midnight and 3 a.m., exactly when DJ Karen started his underground house parties. We're talking thumping bass, strobe lights flickering through my blinds, strangers puking in the hallway, the whole illegal club package. I emailed building management a neat little report with time-stamped decibel charts, plus phone videos of his front door line stretching down the fire stairs. Management forwarded it to the cops, who apparently had already racked up complaints. Cue Saturday night. I'm sipping chamomile, watching Netflix captions, when blue and red lights bounce off my ceiling. 6 officers march up, knock once, and the door to 3B opens to a fog of vape clouds and Swedish EDM. They shut the music, herd 40 drunk college kids into the hallway, and DJ Karen gets cuffed while still wearing his LED cat ear headphones. Best part? The sergeant thanks me for the PowerPoint-level evidence and tells the guests, noise complaint came from the guy you complained about. Haven't heard a single bass drop since.